Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about KRBL. Should you buy into the stock or should you avoid it? So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about, and this video and everything is only for educational purposes. Before I talk about KRBL, I have a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. Help you also ask me questions in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. Plus, you can ask me one query a day. You pay for 10 months, so you can pay around $100 upfront, and you get 1 year access straight away. So you pay $100 and you get 1 year access. That's 2 months extra. For detailed market or company talk or one-on-one discussion you want to have with a fee, you can directly email me and we can work things out. And also, if you cannot pay through card, kindly do email me. In a month or 2 months time, I'll definitely start with something else, but that would be chargeable with respect to GST and other taxation and service etc charges, so kindly take that into mind. So now about the company. KRBL was established in 1989 and they manufacture mainly rice products, and now they have expanded into other kinds of, you can say, healthy rice snacks apart from just producing basmati rice etc. They boast of many brands in the industry, and the market cap of the company is around 5,500 crores. It has grown decently over the last 5-7 years, but not has produced outstanding performance as has with other sectors and other companies. It has a popular rice brand in the name of India Gate, which does extremely well here in India as well as abroad. Coming to the financials, then these are FY21, these are third quarter numbers for FY21. So sales dropped by around 18% and profit dropped by around 3%, which is still a decent effort considering the kind of, you can say, localized shutdowns we had even in November, December in the south of India. Plus there were other issues. The debt position, they have reduced debt as well. Sales have dipped as well as profits, and that has not, you can say, augured well compared to, you can say, all the companies that are listed. So investors have all the opportunities in other sectors to get into, and there are companies that are growing 20-25% 30% CAGR. So they look for such kind of growth companies, and where you see lesser growth, or there is a reversal of performance, then people stay away from it. There is high promoter and institutional holding, which is a very big positive. A return on equity and operating profit margins are good, but the company has to produce decent numbers, as it is more like a consumer company with the different brands, and a brand like India Gate that is doing very well. So in terms of all that, the company needs to perform extremely well, because there are other companies in you can say, in the consumer domain, in the food domain, which are producing very strong ROEs and return ratios. And there are QSR companies, there are pizza companies etc, many there that are listed, which are doing extremely well compared to what, you can say, a rice maker like KRBL is doing. So if you look at the performance, then stock has relentlessly fallen from 2017. So at peak it was doing extremely well, and in March of 2020 it fell around 70% from the top, and that really had a crunching effect on most of the investors that were invested into KRBL, and most left. But after that there has been some recovery, but the stock has not done appreciably well compared to other companies, as I have mentioned, in other sectors over the last 1.5 years. And even now it is well off its 52-week high and around 230 rupees or so. It has doubled from the lows, but has not been able to perform, and basically because of the return ratios, basically because of the numbers that are pretty volatile. So in some quarters they produce very good numbers, in 1 or 2 quarters the numbers decline, and that may not go very well with large investors, and that is why the stock performance has not been that great. If you look at the business aspect, so basically what they did was that they began with rice snack in a competitive market. So what they have done differently over the last couple of years is they have entered into the rice snack business, and there are other companies that are into the healthy snack segment, and KRBL is also trying to get into there. They need to further establish brand and gain market share, and only then the performance will come through. It will take time, and if they are not able to do that, then that will be an additional expense that would go through without any profitability coming through. So they need to further establish brand value and gain market share, and then probably the performance will show through with respect to the stock price. Reduction of debt is crucial. They have reduced debt, but there is still reasonable debt on books. They need to continuously side towards reducing more debts. See, no pledging is a positive with lower debt. So if debt reduces and there is no pledging, because few years back they had some pledge shares as well. So now, right now they don't have much. But if the debt reduces to nearly zero, that would be the best way of probably looking at the company, because most of the consumer companies are debt free, and this has to be one if it wants to be. Otherwise, if it is a rice producing company, just like you can say any commodity, then it's a different matter altogether. But if it wants to be a food consumer company, then a lot of things need to get in line. One positive about the company is that the stock is that it has been beaten down to pulp. It has not been, so it is not overtly expensive, although I would say that it is not very cheap. But if the numbers really come through, then and the valuation I'm sorry, the valuation looks extremely attractive. Technical breakout looks like there could be a major technical breakout that could take place above 260. It is hovering just a 10-15% below those levels, so it is not that it has completely collapsed. So if one I'll talk about technicals in a bit, but the stock doesn't look extremely weak, although it is weak on charts. And one or two good quarters may just give a strong breakout for the stock as well. So technically speaking, there's heavy resistance between, as I said, 260 to 275 levels, and currently the stock is around 225 or so. It is down 15-20% from those levels. The major support now lies 10% lower at around 200-190. So any dips towards 200 levels, you could take a chance if you have some spare money in which you can take a sort of a risky bet. Then this one could be for you around 200 levels, but then the numbers have to come through. If you feel like you want consistent returns and you want companies in which consistent returns could be achieved, then you have to look elsewhere. Otherwise, here there could be some volatility, but around 200 the stock does look attractive, and a major breakout is only expected above 260-265 levels. So not a very strong technical chart, or technically very strong, but around 200-190 it will look attractive. So what needs to be done? Buy only as a trading play. First of all, I don't think this is a very good investment play unless it gains market share in its rice snack business. Do not get into it thinking that they will gain business, and the company will do very well. It's a very competitive environment out there. Yes, you can trade buying around 210, 205, keeping a stop loss at 180, and probably exiting at 260, like that, or buying above 265. That could be one way of doing things. So put strict stop losses, trade in the stocks, and for investment there are many other better companies available. So this was my video on KRBL. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.